Well, welcome everybody. Welcome. Hello, Bijay. I love that color. Wow. Beautiful color. Beautiful people. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. Thanks for taking time to take care of yourself today. So, just so that for clarity, this is educational. This is information that you can use to really transform and change your life. I'm very excited to share with you today some things that I've learned from a man that changed the course of my life, and I'll be telling you a few more stories about him. So hopefully you've got a little cup of joe or coffee or tea or something, and I would like you also to get there you are. Get one of your favorite pens. Don't pick any pen. Pick a favorite pen. Like find something that you really want to write something that you're actually going to do something about. Like a lot of times we write a lot of stuff. I don't know about you. I have a lot of notes. I have a lot of books, but now I have favorite things where when I write something and I mean it. And today, as I take you through this exercises that we're going to go through, you are going to write some things that hopefully you're going to commit to do them. So welcome and thank you for being here. I'm going to share the screen, and please give me thumbs up when you can see it. Hopefully you're seeing it in full view, right? Are you seeing my screen in full view?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. So my phone is off and my attention is on you. And today we're going to go through some exercises, some talks, some slides. Some of it might be fast. Don't worry, it's all recorded and it's going to be available for you because you're attending this amazing session. So, and if you're just watching a recording from some other time, it's all good. Make notes and get back to us. We'll help you with whatever you're at. So clarity and confidence is going to be my main theme today. And we're just going to get into some exercises to get you clear and confident about what you want and what you really want to overcome and do. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on me. This is about you. This is about your goals, your dreams, where you want to go and how much you want to achieve. Some of you have been around for a while. Some of you are just starting. And it doesn't matter where you are because the quantum leap that we're going to take you through, the quantum leap that you will choose for yourself is so fast and so big that it doesn't matter how old you are or where you're at right now in terms of income or trajectory. Okay. So my name is Kamal. I'm a business and leadership coach. Been in business for 25 years. We've got an amazing book that's published now. It's available in audio, video, and also available from Amazon. And it's going to be on Barnes & Noble. It's already on a bunch of other Kindle stuff. More and more, I see more sites that are carrying it because it's making a difference. And it is about what I learned with Bob Proctor. It is about how I overcome some of the things that I had to go through. So hopefully you've grabbed a copy of it and really get yourself studying it, not just reading it. I'm honored to say that I'm a coach with Laurel Langmeyer. Both of my mentors, Laurel and Bob Proctor, were in the movie The Secret. Bob's passed away and Laurel's still here. She's my business mentor. And as you hear my clients and what they've accomplished, I want you to ask yourself a question. And with your favorite pen that I asked you to really hold on to, like with that favorite pen, I want you to ask yourself a few questions right away. We're going to get busy working. I want you to think. I want to interrupt what you've been up to now. It doesn't matter how far it doesn't matter if you're making $1 million or 10. All of you will get the same content from me. All right. What happens if nothing changes in your life right now? What happens if you don't start achieving the goals that you want to achieve? And what are some of the consequences? Now, I'm going to share with you some of these clients' results that have changed their life because you're here for a reason. You're going to be committed the time, you've paid, you're here. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for the gladiator. This is for those who really want to accomplish something. But most of you are probably thinking, is this really for me? Well, let's hear what these individuals accomplished after studying the material that I'm going to share with you today on clarity and confidence. Okay, let's hear it from them.
And so every year I'd say, well, I'm going to work a little harder and work a little harder. Like if I could make $50,000 a year more, I could do all kinds of things. And then at the end of the year, it was like, oh, damn it, I missed the same old thing, you know, 5,000, 10,000 up or down. It was like I was stuck in this income bracket. And I thought, what's going on? Maybe it's the company.
My family was just going down the tubes. Really lost it one day and I just snapped. And I started yelling, if you're there, I need help, like this is the time, let me know.
My company has increased exponentially. I owe a lot to TAR just to give me even the confidence to even hire somebody.
It's unbelievable what's happened and what can happen ahead.
At that time I was at 70 or 80,000 and we're on target to hit over $500,000 in sales this year.
I have restructured the whole company, brought in a business partner, given away my responsibilities in the company, hired in sales reps. Now I am attracting more people who want to take my company in different divisions that I wasn't even really contemplating. I've written the book. I'm in the process of how do I get it out there publishing. I'm scared to death, but I'm doing it.
I actually want to do what I was afraid of. I would have never dreamt that I would walk into the office of a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company and not be terrified and actually be longing to meet with them.
Everything has changed.
So I've learned that I really do have infinite potential.
It's limitless.
And as a result, magical things have happened.
Beyond my expectations.
If I can use a dash word, it would be life-changing.
Life-changing.
Phenomenal growth. Gift.
Going through this course, somebody handed you almost your instruction package to say, here, go through this. Here are the instructions to be who you were meant to be.
Knowing what I know now, if I even knew that then, I probably would have paid double. Make the decision and do it, period. There's no, like, what are you waiting for?
I love it because I was Les Brown not long ago, and he said, Kamal, we all have greatness within us, and every one of you have greatness within you. And that's kind of the story that I want to start with. When I left Lebanon on a small boat with a backpack, and I knew that I had greatness in me. I knew that I had to leave something behind when I went this way. And it has been a phenomenal journey, 33 years, that has taken me all over the world. I'm blessed and grateful that I'm able to do the things that I'm doing right now, but it's all because I made a decision. It's all because I knew that there's more in me that I can give from where I was. So I had to make a decision. I had to leave, you know, jumping on that boat with a backpack with nothing but another set of pants and an underwear and not even a second pair of shoes and $300. I still remember the day. I still remember touching my dad's hand, who's passed away right now, and actually just crossing from the side shore to the boat. But because I knew I had greatness with me, I knew I could do more, just like every one of you right here. You can all do more, be more, and have more, but you're going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose that you are meant to experience more life, not more pain, not more misery, more life. You can experience more. It's your choice. So as you see on this question here on the screen, with that favorite pen that I asked you to use, write down that question on that piece of paper. What do you really want? And we're going to get into it in a minute here with the workbook, okay? Now, once I started thinking like this, and once I attracted Bob Proctor into my life, he started teaching me stuff. And the things that he taught me got me to that clarity and confidence that I needed. So these are just a couple of pictures with some of the multimillionaires that I hang around with right now, the people that I talk with, the people I communicate with and have masterminds. And it's all because I made a decision. I made a decision and I took action on it. I had got the clarity and I got the confidence, right? So you could see from here on that on the left side, this is on stage with the Millionaire Maker Laurel, where we're teaching hundreds of millionaires how to move to that next level. We actually just came back from a trip last week from Reno, where I've spoke to 120 people. So there's a little quick clip here. Let's see if it plays. And then I want you to start thinking about that. What do you really want? I want you to start getting clear on it, but start thinking.
Making it, investing it, like working through it. Can't just be sitting there reading a book. So very similar, Bob Proctor is very active about mindset, and that's what he studies. So we're gonna do some goal setting and get you set to have an amazing couple days. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here. So I don't say this just to impress you. This is just to impress upon you that if I can do this, you can do this. If I can speak to Tom Ziegler, the son of Zig Ziglar, the one and only, right? If I can speak to Glenn Morshower and be on stages with them, you can do it too. But you're going to have to do some things that you've never done before. You're going to have to step into the inner greatness that you have. It is in you. It is within you. You're just blocking yourself, and the clarity and the confidence that I'm going to teach you is going to help you get it out. This is my daughter, Sarah, here on my left side on the picture here. And I'm just proud that she's able to experience this kind of transformation with many of the multimillionaires right now. So if it wasn't for this material, if it wasn't for the clarity, I would not be able to do that. So in a very short amount of time, took me 22 years to find Bob Proctor. And in the last 4 or 5 years, this on the screen is the kind of people that I'm hanging around. And again, I'm saying this because the clients are the ones that drive me. The client's results are the one that says, you know, we need this. So then I attract somebody else to help, from Les Brown to Laurel to Forbes to Johnny Martini. These are phenomenal people. Phenomenal people. But why do I say that? Because I want you to know, I don't know where you are in your business. If you want to 10 times your business, if you want to 4 times your income, like Richie or like Trudy, who just became the #1 in sales in Mary Kay, in a down line that is, there's a million sales agent in a network marketing company, you can do it too. It's not like she hasn't been trying, because you have been trying. See, Trudy was trying for 18 years. And then in under 1 year that she worked with me, the first 6 months were pretty much consistent. And the next 6 were not as consistent, but look what she's done right now. #1 in sales in Mary Kay. Elaine has got engaged and promoted, and so did Carlos. And I'm not going to talk much about me, because this is about you. You know, to grow a 6-figure company, that's the material that you're studying now. And another one, the 7-figure, that's what we're talking about. That's why we're here today. And it's all because of the clarity that I was able to achieve. So I want you to write on your piece of paper. We already asked you to write a piece of question. What do you really want? And you're probably asking yourself, can I do this? He did it, but can I do this? So I want you to write down these 3 things that you can do this, right? Systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability. And if I can do this, you can do this. That's how I did it. Now I'm going to share with you how I did it, not how Bob did it, not how Samantha did it, not how I did it. Because as a coach, that's my job, is to transfer to you what I did to get me the clarity and the confidence to achieve this level of success. So if you're doubting yourself, I want you to stop it right now. It's a simple formula. I want you to decide that it's going to be simple. Decide that it's a simple formula, and you are going to start winning. You're going to start winning by following a systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability that's going to really move the needle for you and your business. Now, most people asking, Kamal, how do you do it? How do you do it? This is the how. Most people don't even want to share the how. I'm sharing with you the how. This is the how. It's right on the screen. Thinking into results. 150 years of science and psychology. But unfortunately, most people don't get it, because most people will pick a book and read it one time, and they never even finish most of the time. Or I actually just met with a client yesterday, and that they've had this information. They have these DVDs when it was released so many years ago, but they've never touched them. I have people in the Facebook group that have been there for the last 2-3 years since I started it. And they have the material, but they never study them. So this is what I'm talking about. Systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability. This is the how. And it doesn't really matter about the how. No, everybody's saying, what are you doing? It's what I'm thinking. It's not what I'm doing. So you want that clarity and the confidence? It's what I'm thinking, not what I'm doing, because everybody's doing something. And everybody will continue to do something. So welcome to Clarity and Confidence. Welcome to how I do things and how I'm going to share with you in this masterclass with some exercises how you're going to get further clarity. Now, most people don't understand this mindset business. Most people don't know that they're sabotaging themselves from the success that they want and that they desire. Most people have it in them and they start and they stop, and we call that self-sabotage. We call that, you sign up to the gym membership, but you never go after the second or third day or week or third week, right? We're going to stop that today if you decide. If you decide that you are going to make a decision and you're going to stop this inadequate behavior, you're going to change something for the better, right? And once you figure out these first 3 steps and you're going to start earning some money, we're going to teach you how to invest in assets that actually brings you a lot of income. That's what brings me the joy to the clients. That's why I could do what I'm doing, because that elevates and changes the course. Now, you're probably saying, I've seen all this. I've heard of mindset. I've read the books, but you're not moving into action. Again, people keep always asking, come on, how are you doing it? Well, this is the how. I'm sharing with you the how right now. And this is why you're not moving into action. See, I've spoken to hundreds of business owners at different levels, starting midway, 5 years, 10 years, when I was in the corporate world, right? They all make up excuses. They don't know where to start. They don't think about it enough. They don't think they have what it takes. And they make excuses. Like and you probably heard it, they say, I don't have enough time. Well, how does Elon Musk have time to run SpaceX, Tesla, and 4 other companies, and Twitter? How? You have the same amount of time. I have the same amount of time. This is what we call the sabotaging success, the limiting beliefs, inner and outer. And I can't go through all of them today, but I'm just giving you a tease of why are you not moving into action, because you already have what it takes. The fact that you're here is an indication that you are inclining towards your goal. You're wanting more, but you're missing some direction. But you're taking too long. You want to think about it a little bit more. And you're a little bit comfortable with where you are. I want you to get uncomfortable, right? All these are excuses, right? And I want to tell you, if you don't move into action, if you don't start taking the steps necessary to get to the clarity and the freedom and the financial freedom that you want, you don't deserve the success. A lot of people are wishing and hoping. They're interested in becoming well off. They're interested in making the money. They're not serious about it. They're like, I already have the degrees. It should just come to me. Well, I'm going to share with you a slide that is instrumental as to what we do and why is the situation the way it is. And you might have seen this on YouTube, because I know some of you are YouTube addicts. You think YouTube is a university and you go there and you think you could do everything with it. And that's fine if that's how you want to continue. But YouTube University, unfortunately, is hurting a lot of people, because school gave us knowledge and the information is already here. We frequently do not do what we know how to do, and you know that already. If I ask you, do you know how to make more sales? You'll say, yeah. Now, you might not be honest. You might kind of say, no, I don't, and that's why I'm not. But you know how to make more sales. If I ask you, do you know how to release some weight? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to make your energy and your health better? And you're going to be honest, right? Of course you do. But you don't do it. So this is what I call superior knowledge, inferior results. And it's like, what the heck is going on? I know how to do this, but I'm not doing it. And then people get confused. They sit on the sofa and they just screen through Netflix. And honestly, and you might want to laugh at this one, they're looking at to the end of the internet, right? They're looking at their phone. They're looking at their phone and they're scrolling down to find the end of the internet. Well, you're not going to find it. Internet doesn't end. Or they're trying to find out the last post of what really happened. So look what happens. You have amazing knowledge with what you have right now, but your results suck. Because it's all in your intellect. This top part of the picture, that's your intellect. And your results are a reflection of what's happening in your subconscious mind, the bottom part of this mind. And we're going to get into the mind in a little bit more detail after we do the first exercise, I believe. That's how we have it set up. So these results that you have today, and what are these results? This is how you show up in the world. This is how much money is in your bank account. This is how much money you make every month, every year, week after week. These are your results. This is the truth. These results are an effect of your paradigm. So if you've been trying to change yourself, if you've been trying to improve and these results are not moving, it's because your paradigm has not changed. But I have good news for you. You're in luck today. This is your lucky day. This is your day. Because I know how to change that paradigm. And that's the magic that I learned from Bob Proctor. And that's the clarity and the confidence that got me to do what I do right now. I wanted to change my results. I wanted to give more and do more. And what Bob taught me is that you have to get a new paradigm. And I was like, well, how do you do that? He said, stick around. Stick around. So if you want to change your results, you're going to have to get a new paradigm. But you're afraid. As a matter of fact, you are afraid. You're afraid to reach into this potential of yours. You're afraid to become that next version of you. But I'm going to tell you, there's nothing to be afraid. Once you get clear, once you get confident as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as an employee, as a manager, as a boss, as a mom, as a dad, nothing is going to stop you. So I'm going to share with you here just a small little piece. Why are you afraid? Because that's going to get you the clarity. And then I'm going to help you build the confidence. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Give me a yes or raise your hand. I don't see everybody on the screen because I'm sharing two screens. Does that sound good? I see something in the chat. All right. Somebody is saying yes. LaDonna saying yes. All right. That's cool. That's cool. So why are you afraid? Thank you for that, by the way. That's a sign that you're getting out of the shell, right? When you participate, you're staying engaged. I already asked you to write 3 things on that piece of paper. And before that was, what do you really want? And in a minute, I'm going to ask you to write a whole lot more what you really want, but you're afraid. You're afraid to ask what you want. There's fear inside of you. It's building. What if we can take away that fear? What if we can stop the doubt and stop the indecision? See, you have so many things in front of you. Your mind is all fogged with all these ideas. And the more you don't decide, the more doubt and the more fear. Perhaps we should have, put these sentences in a different order. As you don't make a decision, you start doubting yourself and you become afraid. And fear is just fiction. This is not even real. You're just thinking about it. You're thinking about the past or you're thinking about the future. And we're going to give you the clarity, what it takes to get out of this nightmare, right? Now, a lot of you, when you come to me, you say, I'm anxious, Kamal. I mean, I don't know what to do anymore. I have this turbulence in me. I don't want to spend the money. I don't feel good about it. And why is that? Where is this anxiety coming from? That's coming from you're not deciding. You're sitting on things too long. You have this doubt and it builds into fear. It's the unholy trinity. Yes, it is unholy trinity. And I have a whole video on that on YouTube that talks about the unholy trinity: indecision, doubt, and fear, creating anxiety. Now, some of you get into this depression mode because of this. You just lock the door, you stop going outside, you stop making phone calls, and then it gets all the way to what they call a disease. But instead of disease, break that word into 2 words: dis-ease. That's because you're afraid. That's because you're doubtful. That's because you have anxiety within you, and that's expressed. This mode of fear is expressed through a dis-ease. And some of you, unfortunately, you have total disintegration. I'm working with a gentleman right now, beautiful man, out of San Diego. You know, it's a rich country, San Diego. I mean, if you haven't been to California, San Diego. But he's tanking down, and we're bringing him back up. Total disintegration. He's in the hospital, checked in, because his mind is playing so much games on him, he can't get out of it. So he's on medication of some sort, but it's not working. Now, guess what? This material is helping him get out of it. You ever heard of this mental health problem that we have? You ever heard of the whole wrong psychological things that are happening out there with people? This material can free anybody if they commit, if they start getting that clarity out. That's why I like this material, because it's so powerful. Now, I'm not a psychologist, but guess what? I know so much about the mind, more than many psychologists. I'm becoming an expert on it, because that's what I need to do to change your paradigm, to get you to believe in yourself, right? Now, look at this screen. When you have something in front of you, you have a choice, either fear or faith. See, fear and faith are both in your mind. And you can decide whatever you can decide to be afraid, or you can decide to have the faith. Now, how do you believe? How do you have faith? How do we get faith? How do you have faith and belief, right? Are the same thing. But how do you have faith? Like, I don't know, but I'm Christian, right? So I started going to school early on. I started going to this Christian church, Catholic, and I just built the belief. But I'm not talking about religion. I built the belief in myself that I can solve problems. I built the belief in myself that I can do things. I learned how to ride a bicycle, learn how to ride a motorcycle. I have a lot of belief, right? I can solve big problems. So faith is built on knowledge and study. And that's why in the training that we're going to give you, we have systematic study, which is going to help you build your faith, build your belief in what? In you. Now, when you have faith instead of fear, and when you have knowledge instead of doubt, guess what? You take action. See, you're here for clarity and confidence. And this chart by itself, if you understand it, and if you just focus with me here, you're going to learn how to build your faith. And again, I'm not talking about your religion. I'm talking about your belief in yourself, in the belief in the product that you have that you're going to help change the world with and put a dent in the universe. And that's how we go from fear and doubt and indecision to faith and study, systematic study of the material that we have. And then you're going to start making decisions instead of indecisions. It doesn't matter if they're wrong. Just make the decision anyway. I took a plane from Reno to Cincinnati. Guess what? They were off course all the way here. They were never on course, but they kept adjusting until they got to Cincinnati. Now you're going to do the same. It's just like the GPS in your phone. You have a phone and you put the map, you put the address where you want to go. And that's the map. That's the direction. It might take you left. It might take you right. There might be some construction along the way. You're going to get there. See, I choose faith instead of fear. I choose to study instead of doubt. And I want to build myself. I want to go from not knowing to knowing. I want to go from ignorance to knowledge. And that's why the cornerstone of our material is systematic study of what we have. Now, you've seen it. Sumadiptan, Vijayan, Letonan, everybody that's listening live and listening to the replay, right? You've seen it. You know people who express well-being. And you're probably saying, well, how do they do that? How do they show up so confident? Because you're here for clarity and confidence. Well, let's back up a bit. Because they're not afraid and they have the belief. They're not doubtful and they have study and they have knowledge. And they make decisions. So they're successful. See, all professional people who are successful make decisions fast. I didn't come up with this. Andrew Carnegie came up with this and Napoleon Hill. They interviewed 500 of the highest millionaires of the time, and it still applies today. So success and belief and well-being is expressed. Instead of having anxiety and depression, you now have expression and success. So you get the clarity and you get the confidence. And then what happens? I showed you the pictures of their clients. They build homes, they build businesses, they 4 times their income, they 10 times their investment, they have wealth. And guess what happens? It accelerates. It starts getting faster. Things are moving so fast. So many opportunities. Like now you might be thinking, where were these opportunities before? They're already here. Everything is already here. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know or not, but I know that science and religion both agree that everything's already here and everything's already created. Creation is done. Everything is already here. So the wealth is already here. The one, whatever you seek is seeking you. Okay? Clarity and confidence. 2 words that you can get out of this chart if you understand it and if you stick around. Now, How did I do it? People still ask about how do I do it? This is the how. What I'm just about to share with you here in a second is phenomenal. This is the secret that has cost me over $100,000. By the time I learned what to do, by the time I learned why Bob Proctor succeeded, by the time I studied all the material and the books that I wanted to study, this is it right here on the screen. This is the secret. So we learn things in one of two ways. One of two ways. Repetition or emotional impact. Repetition is the way you ride a bike. You start riding a bicycle. The first time you drop, second time you drop, then you have some wheels, then then eventually you start riding the bicycle. How do you learn how to swim? First time you swallowed water, then you start coughing, and eventually you learn how. Repetition, that's how you learn how to know your name. The way you remember your name, your parents kept saying, Das, Vijaya, Ladona, Das, Vijaya. They kept saying your name, repetition, repetition, repetition. Finally got it. And then now you know your name. So when we say your name, you look back, you look around, right? That's how we learn. That's how we are programmed. But guess what? There's another way, emotional impact, like 9/11. You've probably heard the stories. People lose a loved one. People lose somebody they care about, and then they go on to save the world. People go into jail for so many years, and then they go on to save the world. That's an emotional impact. We don't want to do that. I just want to teach you the easiest way. Systematic study, elite level mentorship, and repetition to get you that clarity and the confidence that you want. Repetition, ladies and gentlemen, is the key. That cost me over $100,000. It's so simple and so obvious, but it's so misunderstood. It's so misunderstood. And nobody wants to do it because nobody wants to study. Everybody thinks I got to go to school. I got to get a degree and get a job. Well, guess what? I tried that. It didn't work. It didn't give me everything I wanted because I wanted to give more. I wanted to give a whole lot more. So before I get into the mind, I asked you a question already, right? Write down on that piece of paper, what do you really want? Systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability. So you should have at least 4 lines on that piece of paper right now with your favorite pen, because now we're going to ask you to actually write some kind of number that's going to change your life. And then we're going to do an exercise, maybe even take some questions. So on the screen that you see is what I call Freedom Day. I don't know what you're working on. I don't know how well life is going for you, but you could be anywhere on this chart. You could be even past it or even at the beginning of it, before the 1 million. It doesn't matter. It's the same. But I use the same chart for the 120 millionaires that I just presented the other day, last week, Tuesday, to change your life. Somebody wants to build a $10 million empire. Somebody wants a $50 million empire. Somebody wants 100 million. Somebody wants to change the world. But then so many are stuck. It's so misunderstood. So I want you to write on that piece of paper a number that satisfies your dreams. What are you going for? When are you going to be satisfied? Because I want to get you the clarity and the confidence, but I also want to get you that financial freedom that you deserve. See, I don't know about you. I'm not shy about money. I want a lot of it because I want to give a lot of it. And the moment you start getting into the rhythm of it's okay to have the money, it's okay to spend the money, that's when money is going to start coming your way. But we've been programmed. Remember that picture about programming? We've been programmed to not to have. See, Bob Proctor said, I still remember the day with that meeting with him. It's so simple and so obvious and so misunderstood. You have to know where you are and where you want to go. You got to get serious with yourself. Where are you right now? In your financial, in your life, in your health, in your fitness, in your networking, everything. Where are you right now? And where you want to go? And let's pick one goal, and we're going to work on changing it. Clarity and confidence. I don't want you to be confused. I don't want you to be anxious. I don't want you to be afraid and indecisive. I want you to be in belief mode, study mode, knowledge. You're just missing some information. So I don't know about you, but I have a number from the screen that is dear to my heart. I know where I am. and I know where I want to go. Two things you need to build your business. Now, before we carry on further and really talk a bit more about the mind, because I really want to share with you a lot. Okay. And I welcome Tammy Das. Good to see you here. What is it going to take? Right? It's going to take whatever it's going to take. Whatever it's going to take. As long as you're committed, you will get there. So I'm not sure if LaDonna has the workbook. Let's drop the workbook in the chat, please, so that she's got the workbook. And we're going to do the first exercise on what do we really want? Because that's the first one. We're going to take 10 minutes almost to go through that exercise. I think I have the workbook here open. Let me share it. Let me attempt to share it. But yeah, I'll share it and then we can take some questions. So let's do that. So if I share it.
Where do I get this workbook? I'm sorry, Kamal.
In the Zoom chat, like just.
All right, let's put it in the Zoom chat, please. And let's wait a second here until you have it. Is my screen still visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Vijay.
It's about page number 9, LaDonna, in the workbook.
Yeah, Kamal, I'm trying to upload it into the Zoom, but it's not uploaded from my system.
Oh, you want me to do that?
Yeah, if it is possible for you.
Everything is possible. I could do anything. Seriously, I could do anything. That's how I feel. All right, so here we go. Presentation, October.
It's okay if you can't right now. You can do it later and send it to me,
Oh, it's right
Kamal.
there.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
No,
there.
it's right there.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
It's right there in the chat. And let's get to page number 9. So there's a quote here on the screen, and I want you to read it. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, when people read this, you're probably, when you read it, I don't know what you think, right? You're probably thinking about somebody else's mind. But when you're here with me and when I'm coaching you, I'm talking to you, like specifically you, Das, Donna, Shaya, Tommy, like you. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So Napoleon Hill wrote that. And he wasn't talking about anybody else but himself. So I want you to take this sentence, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And remember, I showed you faith and fear, like opposite of each other. So what is your mind believing? Because if you're not believing that you can achieve it, you ain't gonna do it. It's not going to happen. Now, I have good and bad news for you. But we can change that, you know. But it's almost like a bad news scenario because that's just the way it is. I cannot hold back on you. You just have to look at your results. And if your results are not what you want, it's because you haven't gotten it up here yet. Your results tell the truth. If you want more sales, the mind has not changed. If you want more income, the mind has not changed. If it's not happening the way you want to, it's because you're not believing it and you're not achieving it. Now, the good news is that the thing is that you're aspiring for more, you're wanting more, and you want to drive it. That's good. That means you shall have it. Because otherwise, why did God give you the idea that you should have more money? You should have more success. So the fact that you want more, you shall have it. Abundance is your birthright. But to do that changes is what we got to change the paradigm. The results are not changing because you have an old programming. I was programmed when I was a kid in Lebanon, no money, no food, lack, no cars, no schools, bombing, all kind of bad stuff. Man, we can go on for hours on the negativity here, but we're not going to do that. I had to undo all that programming to bring the success my way. So we have to figure out what's holding you back, right? So in this exercise, we're going to take 5 minutes where, you can write in your book. I want you to make a list of all your wants without worrying about any how. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to do it. Doesn't matter if you don't know anybody that knows how to do it. Don't put any limits. Just, we're going to write for 5, 8, 10 minutes. Let's see how far we go. Maybe we'll do 8 minutes. 8 minutes sounds good. Don't put any limits. But I have a request. This goal that you want has to inspire and excite you at the same time. So if it is money, make it money. If it is a fancy car, it's a fancy car. If it is a relationship you want, it's a relationship. I want you to focus on what do you really want, like just that, and start writing it. Now you're going to be writing 5, 10, 15, 20 things. I don't know how many things. Write as many as you want. And then we're going to come back after this 5 to 8 minutes, and we're going to pick something out of this list. Are we clear on what I'm asking you to do on the first exercise?
Yes.
All right, awesome. I'll come back to the sharing the screen because I do want to play a little bit of softer music for you while we're doing that. This way to get you into the zone. And please do the exercise, do the work. Don't let the old you say, no, what do you do? Who do you think? No, you can do this. Just do the work. Just do the work. Do what I'm asking you to do. Like I had degrees before I came across this material. And Bob said, just do the work. It's simple, it's so basic, but it's so misunderstood. Just do the work. Do the work. And guess what? I'm gonna do the work too. I can do the same as you. So whatever I'm asking you to do, I'm going to do. So do the work. Let's do it's now 1:46. So 8 minutes. And if you need to grab a cup of water or something, just grab it. So let me go back to the share. I wrote almost 3/4 of a page on what I wanted. And then I asked myself, what do I really, really, really want? Like if I know there's a lot of stuff we want, and that's good. It's really good. What would be the one thing? If you're to just have one wish, if God himself comes up right now to your room, wherever you're at, and says one of those things, what's the one thing that you want? And if you think of Neville Goddard, if you haven't heard of him, he's amazing, by the way. He says, now that my wish is fulfilled, how do I feel? So out of these 10, 20, 30, 40 things that you wrote, and they could be anything, what would be the one thing? Now that my wish is fulfilled, how do I feel? Because that's going to help you answer that goal card question, right? Like I have a goal card. And this is a crazy thing that you put something on a goal card and you start talking about it, reading it, sharing it with everybody, thinking about it all the time, and it becomes real. I was just looking at my goal card over the past 4 or 5 years, and so many things have come to life just because of having a goal card. So what would be that one thing that you can write? I'm so happy and grateful now that. Right? Well, what's that one thing? You have a lot of choices, but I want you to focus on one thing. And if we go back to the previous chart, it could have been the money. It could have been the $10 million nest egg. It could be the $1 million nest egg. It could be the $100,000 job. It could be the relationship. What's the one thing? Because we need to focus. And I want you to learn that we need to focus. We need to focus on what we have, on what we want to do, right? We want to focus on what we want now. We can't have everything. We can have a lot of things, but we can't have everything. So this exercise, we've done so many times with Bob, and people are scared. And I don't blame them, because we have programming that tells us we're not worthy. We have programming that tells us your money is hard to get. Money doesn't grow on trees. I can't afford that car. What are you talking about? I unfortunately did that to my kids too, because I didn't realize this material until 5 years ago. But I'm blessed and grateful now that over the last 4 or 5 years, I've changed the course and the direction for my kids, because now they don't think of lack. Money's available. My daughters have credit cards. My daughters know how to open businesses. Why? Because of this material, because it's available. It's just the way we think. It doesn't mean they're spending it. It doesn't mean it's stacked in their pocket, but no, it is available. It's not about I can't afford it. It's no, what can I do to get it? What can I do to get it? It's not about like it's too expensive. No, I'm not making enough. What can I do to make more so I can afford it? So we change the thinking. We change the trajectory of the next generation, because from my ancestors to my grandpa to my dad and mom did the best they could with what they have. And it took me 5 degrees until this man told me what to do. Bob Proctor, you see his picture up on the wall. So when I tell you it's easy, it's so simple, but it's so much under it, it's so true. It's so true. So I usually don't share the next part of the information easily. I only share it with those who are really committed and with my top elite clients. But I consider all of you friends, and thank you for the trust you put in here to purchase and come in here and listen and spend the time. And if you're committed, and if you really listen to what I'm about to share with you next, and if you do the work, it is that easy. And if you need my help, I'm willing to help you. That's the idea. But you have to go all in. There's no halfway. So before I start sharing more about the mind and what's been stopping you to open up more doors for you, if you have any questions, any of you, you're welcome to share. Welcome to ask. I love that from Ladonna in the chat. 100,000, 100 million by July 2024. 100,000 by July 2024. Apologies. Yes, would feel great. Big Daddy can now. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Yeah, so good. I love that. That's so awesome. So I'm going to share the screen again. And if there's no other questions, then thank you for sharing that goal. I want you to all to be brave on sharing your goal. Like, don't be shy about it. I mean, of course, don't share it with anybody, but share it with people that would mastermind with you, would congratulate you, would help you along the way. And some people are not going to understand. Like some people would say, well, why do you want that much money? Well, because I want to give more money, because I want to feel good. I want to buy fancy stuff, and I want to feel what's it like. Now that the wish is fulfilled, how do I feel? All right. So don't be shy about what you want. I was raised not to ask for money. I was raised that money is bad, that we don't need too much. You know what? You don't need too much because you don't have much. Only poor people say bad things about money. Okay. And I can only share with you my experience, and that's my job, is to share with you my experience. So if there's no other questions, and I don't see any, unless you want to speak up, speak up. The next little bit, like I said, this is for elite clients, those who pay lots of money to learn this. And once you get this idea, you're going to be so clear, so confident that you have the formula how to change. And if you need my help, I'm here for you. Right? That's how easy it is. It's like it's about, are you ready for it? Do you really want it? And do you want that support? And I got the help from Bob, I got the help from Laurel, and I'm willing to help more people right now. So why have we not been achieving, if it is that easy and if it is so simple, why are there so many Nigerians? And when I studied with Bob, he said, Kamal, it's because people don't understand the mind. And I said, what do you mean? He said, yeah, the stickman figure is about the mind. And he said, let's take this circle and say that that's the mind. And I was like, well, when I think of the mind, I think of the brain, and I think of that organ on top of my head, And he said, no, forget all that. We think in pictures. And the mind is the circle. And as a matter of fact, we have two minds. We have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Now the conscious mind, and it gets confusing. You go on the internet, you go on YouTube, and people are talking conscious mind, subconscious mind, superconscious, underconscious, all kind of weird stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, Kamal, just keep it simple. You got a mind. That's an image of the mind. Once you understand that, that's the image of the mind. But you have an area in the mind that is intellectual, and you have an area that's driving your body. Now, this picture needs another number, because that conscious mind is like 3-4% of what's happening. And the subconscious is 95%. What I'm going to teach you about the subconscious next is really going to change the way you think of everything. See, the subconscious mind controls the body. That little circle at the bottom, that is the body. The body is the servant of the mind, of the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind has 98% control. Everything you're doing is because your subconscious mind is driving you. And if you've been trying hard, if you've been working and it's not happening, it's because you haven't changed your paradigm. You have not programmed your subconscious mind to that next level that you want. Once you program it, once you learn how to do it, and I'm teaching you how right now, guess what? It's going to get easier. A whole lot easier. That's how you get the law of attraction to work for you. That's how you get the law of vibration on your behalf. You got to reprogram that subconscious mind with a new paradigm, the new result that you want. That thing that you want, you have to reprogram it in. You say, I want it, and I want it now, and give it to me. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Now, of course, it looks silly. It's like, wow. I thought the mind has organs and has, veins and networks, and it probably does. But we don't think like that. We think in pictures. If I tell you your fridge, you know the fridge. If I tell you your car, you know your car. So I got to give you a picture of the mind, right? You're hearing me, and these words are going in, and that's giving you pictures. So I got to get you to think. Right? And that's what this stickman figure is all about. Sherman Fleet came up with this back in 1934. It's a beautiful thing. Bob Proctor said this is the most influential idea of his career. Without this idea, he would not have achieved what he's done. This is the one thing. It took him 10 years to find out this idea. 10 years. And then he'd been studying it for 61 years until he passed away. And now we get the privilege and the honor to actually understand it and teach it to others so that you can change your results by thinking into results. You see, right now, if you look on the left side of the screen, right, you have this deja vu day where it keeps happening again and again. You keep getting the same results. You get no clients, little clients, just so much little money every month, and the results keep coming because you keep thinking of your results. You keep thinking of your results and you keep getting the same results. I want to see if I can get a pointer here. Maybe I can get a pointer. Get a pointer. Annotate. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so maybe we can. So yeah, it's not letting me. So you keep thinking of these results. No, let's go back. And you keep thinking about the same results, and the same results keep coming out. But if you look on the right side of the screen, we need to get new results. We need to think of what we want. Now that my wish is fulfilled, how do I feel? Now that my wish is fulfilled, how do I feel? So we need this new result, and then we need to program it in, but we need to feel it in. How does it feel with a new house? How does it feel with a new book published? How does it feel with LaDonna's $100,000 income by July 2024? That's what I'm talking about. We need to get into the feeling. We need to get into the emotional mind, because the subconscious mind is your emotional mind. Most people are doing what's on the left. They look at their results, they're like, I don't have any money, and they keep getting no money. I don't have any clients, and they don't get any clients. We need to change. We need to dream about what we want, think about it. We need to impress it on the subconscious mind and really get it ingrained. You got to get it ingrained. Now we think in pictures. So I want you to imagine this goal, that goal that we did, the exercise that we just did, right? That image, you got to get an image of it. It's not just words. What does the $100,000 look like? What does the state house that Gas wants looks like? You know, what does it look like? And then you got to impress this idea. And you got to impress this idea again and again. And remember what I told you? Repetition was the secret. Repetition is the secret. I promise you, you study with me for 30 days and I give you things to do and you do it for 30 days, your life will change. Your life will change because your subconscious mind has 95% control, 98% of your body. And your body will start doing things you've never thought is going to be possible. You'll start attracting people into your life to help you go on stages, to help you grow your business, to help you produce the results that you dream of. Now, remember, we live in a cause and effect universe. So whatever we do, we get some results back. You do nothing, nothing happens. You do something, something happens. Do good, you get good. You do bad, you get bad. You do nothing, nothing happens. So we need to get these results to come in. We need to think of these ideas that we want. We have to impress the idea on the subconscious mind, and we got to express it through action. Thinking about it is not enough. Dreaming about it is not enough. Most of you are wishing and hoping. You don't make enough messages. You don't send enough emails. You don't make enough phone calls. You don't make enough stages. You don't go to enough shows, and you're just talking about it. We need to step into it. You have to take the imperfect action. Remember what I told you. You have to pursue. You just have to pursue towards the goal. You don't pursue it by just thinking about it. You actually take action into it. You make the phone call. You step into that indefinite zone. Vibration is expressed through action. Your mind is telling you what to do. You're impressing the idea, but you got to do it through action. And you got to learn to trust yourself, that intuition that's going to come. And then the cause and effect world that we live in is going to give you back some kind of reaction. And then you get some kind of results. That's the magic. A lot of people think, is it that easy? Can we do this? Now it works for you, Kamal. It works for Bob Proctor. It works for all these people, all these videos you showed us, but it's not going to work for me because you're probably thinking you're a different kind of person. Maybe you're an alien. Maybe you came from Jupiter or something. I don't know where you come from, but you're thinking it's not going to work for you. I don't know why you're thinking like that. And I can tell you, it works for you too. You see, this material could be tested. That's the best thing about it. Don't trust me. Test the material. And here's how. All of you right now, you can visualize a gold card. If you can visualize a gold card, type yes in the chat. Can you visualize your gold card? Can you close your eyes and think of what you want? And if you can do that physically and mentally, put it in the chat. All right, we got a few yeses. That's good. Love it. So now that we've achieved this, the subconscious mind is subjective. You can tell it anything. It doesn't matter the size. It doesn't matter how big. You can, it needs to take everything you give it. Now, I didn't come up with this. This is what was with the sages. This is what was kept as a secret for a long, long time. See, we are feeding the subconscious mind everything. It's being fed anyways. So why not feed it your gold card? And test this material for 30 days. Come on board and start becoming that next level success. Start studying the material. You can't just look at the material. You can't just look at the book and thinking you're studying it. You can't just buy the book. No, you got to come and study the book. Nobody goes through the transformation by themselves, by the way. But the material can be tested. Test it out. Test it out and see how you're going to start gaining control and confidence and clarity on your subconscious and what's really happening in your life. You're going to do things you've never done before. Repetition is so powerful. It's so powerful. Test the material. That's the only thing you can do. I mean, what else can you do? Test the material. It can be tested. That's what I did, and it's working for me. It's working for the clients. You saw the videos. There's more videos online. Go and check it out. If you're doubtful, if you're that doubtful Thomas, right? Test it out. 30 days to change your life for the better. It can start today for you. It's your goal. You've got the power right now to start a journey that's going to change the course for you. It can change the course for you. So who's willing to test out material that's never been done before? Who's willing to do something that's never done before? Are you willing to do it? Like, are you willing to grow, right? Are you willing to follow direction, right? Like that's what we need you to do. We need you to follow direction, because if you don't follow direction, nothing happens. Right now, you've been trying, but we need you to start follow direction. You got to do something you've never done. All right, I have the screen. So where is my screen? I want to go back to the screen to share the screen. What screen were we on? Oh, we were here. Here we go. So the material.
Kamal,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. The screen is not full. Like, we'll see the hub screen.
It's not. Yeah, I don't know why it stopped. Let us try. Desktop 2, I guess. Okay. All right, be right there with you. 1 second. 1 second. I don't know why it's not wanting to go. 1 second. Bear with me. All right, so I think it's going to work now. Because I went to desk 1, but I need to go to desk 2. Here we go. Can you see full screen now?
Yes.
All right, perfect, perfect. So you take that goal card, you take that goal that you wrote on your card or on that piece of paper, and you test and you go over it again and again and again and again and again. 30 days. 30 days. You do it every day, in the morning, at night, in the morning, at night, in the morning, at night, and you're gonna get tired from it. And you're gonna say, this thing doesn't work. And your old you is gonna say you're full of it. And this is bullshit, and this is crap, and this doesn't work. And you guess what? Yes, it doesn't work because you're not working it. But I'm telling you that it does work. Because thousands of other people are working it and it's working for them. And if it's working for me, it can work for you. Is it worth it to take 30 days to change your life for the better? By really focusing on one goal. One goal. I gotta tell you, when I first heard of that, I said, this is just ridiculous. This doesn't even make sense. I didn't believe it. Nobody believes it. You probably don't believe it now either. And some of you have been with me now for a few months because you're helping me with this growth, right? You probably don't believe it. But I gotta tell you, you gotta borrow the belief. Your job is to borrow the belief from somebody that knows what they're doing. You see, when Bob Proctor came across this material and his mentor Ray said, take this book and read it every day. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't think it was going to work. But Ray told him, read this book. I know what I'm doing. Follow my directions. He just did. 30 days will change your life. And it's up to you to decide if that's what something you want to do. Test it out. Test it out. Pick one chapter from this book, anyone you want. We have to figure out where you're struggling, and we do it for 30 days, morning and night. Now, Ray, when he was mentoring Bob, he said, my way is working, your way is not. Why don't you follow my way? And I'm going to tell you the same thing. I know what I'm talking about, and my way is working. So when you start following directions and wanting to change your life with aspiration, with interest, with enthusiasm, like you cannot say, oh, let me read this book, and oh my God, I got to read another chapter again, all the same thing. That's not going to work. Your belief sucks. You don't believe in yourself enough. That's why you don't have confidence. That's why you don't have clarity. You're not allowing somebody that knows what they're doing to help you because you're self-sabotaging yourself. How many books have you bought and not studied? How many programs have you purchased and didn't do the work? And you said, the instructor is no good. The coach is no good. They didn't do this, and they didn't do that, and they didn't do this, and I didn't do that. All this can change. You gotta start following direction. Test out the material. 30 days will change your life. Now, when for the private clients and the clients, I share with them exactly what's on these gold cards, and they've all came to life. And you've seen some of the testimony, and there's a whole lot more. So it's really up to you. It's up to you how far you want to go. I don't know how far this material can go, because I know it's working for me and it's working for the clients. 3 things: systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability. It's going to change your life. And we can mentor you. That's the beauty. We can mentor you for 6 months. That would guarantee to move the needles for you. Now, most of you are struggling because it's like, it can't be that easy. See, you probably thinking, I believe I can multiply my income. Intellectually, right? Your mind is fighting you. You're in this fight. You've been in it. You're in the lane. I'm in it right now because I have bigger goals. I'm still fighting my own goals, trust me, because we keep moving to this next level. And I think, I believe I can multiply my income, but the results are not showing it. And I can't seem to earn more money. And I have conflicting vibration, and I got to do something about this thing. So I go back to the material. What do I really want? And we did the exercise. Now we're going to do exercise number 2. We're going to do exercise number 2 in a second here, because that's the only way it's going to work. It's not good enough to say, I want something. It's not good enough to say, I want more. No, what are you going to become? Right? You don't get what you want. You get what you are. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. And what are you willing to do? So let's get into the exercise number 2. And it's right here on the screen, as a matter of fact. And I want you to I want you to not even do any of these things. Forget it. If your previous reasoning was, I don't know where to start, I don't know what it takes, I don't have enough time, I'll do this someday, I want my goal just on Monday and Tuesday, I don't want to do anything Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Crap, get rid of it. You have to get uncomfortable. And if you don't want to get uncomfortable to get the goals that you want, you don't deserve it. And it's okay. That's your goal. That's your goal. That's your mission to stop being in this conformity. It's up to you. So on the screen and on the piece of paper that you have, with your favorite pen, we'll get the music here in a second. We'll spend another 5 to 10 minutes on this. What are you willing to do? And by one. Now, I only have one line here at the bottom, but I want you to come up with at least 5 things today towards that goal that you're going to write that you want, that one goal. What's the 5 things that you're going to commit to that if I call you next week, because trust me, if I'm coaching you, I will call you next week. What are the 5 things you're going to do and complete that are towards your goal? Now, I don't want to hear something that I'm going to read a chapter from such and such book. I don't care what you're going to read. I want an action towards your business. Income generating activity. What's the goal? What's the action to achieve that goal that is income generating? So it cannot be general. It cannot be like, I'm going to clean my house. Crap. Forget it. Give it to somebody else. Oh, I want to feed my dog. Who cares? What is the action you're going to take to achieve the goal? 5 things. And you have to get serious about it. Like, you are going to say, I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to do it. Now, your old self is not going to let you do it. It's not going to let you do it, but you have to overcome this resistance. And if we get you clear, and if we get you confident, you will overcome it. So I'll get the music going, and let's see what time it is. It's 2:21. So we're going to do 5 minutes. So don't overthink it. You already have your goal, unless you want to change it. We'll do 5, 8 minutes. And let's put 5 actions. Whatever comes to mind, right? And if you come up with more, write up more. Income generating actions. Let me get the music. more income generating action. So that means telling your boss it is. It's that man. What? All right. So I don't know how many times I've done this exercise, but I've done it enough times. I've done it enough times that I enjoy doing it. It's really, really good. Really, really good. And remember that thing that I told you about following somebody that knows what they're talking about. See, you want to be a leader. You want to be that next level success, and I get it. But you got to follow somebody that has a success. To become that excellent leader, you have to follow somebody that's doing it, somebody that has got the mindset, somebody that's got the business acumen, somebody that's got the thing that you want, right? And adopt those habits into your daily life. Now, these people I'm going to share with you next, they were in your seats not long ago. And you might have seen this, but as you're listening to them, think of your goal. What would it feel like when your goal is achieved? What would it feel like when you're feeling better? Because when you surround yourself with good people, guess what happens? Positive vibes will start to happen. You will start moving on this journey, right? These people were not like that. And I want you to hear from them, because that's the best way that I can share with you, like experiential experience with people that come to class and do the work and get the results. So let's listen to Jonathan, who's now doing an amazing job as a dad and as a construction contractor.
Hey, just wanted to shoot a quick video here. Just want to say, before I met Kamal, I was struggling quite a bit with my mindset, right? With like the whole negative self-talk and like the self-image just wasn't there, right? The image that I built of myself and the image that I wanted since I was a kid, right? But in the last 5 months since I've been studying with him, I still have a little bit of mindset issues, but at the same time, thanks to him and thanks to his coaching and him being there for me, my mind is in a whole different game right now, right? Like I've been seeing opportunities and seeing different things that, I would have never thought about if I weren't studying with him. So if you're serious about investing in yourself and you want something out of life, right? I cannot recommend him any higher than this, right? There was this one time where I almost just gave up on myself, and he reached out of nowhere. He just reached out to me, and he just, made me feel better. Not just made me feel better, but he was there for me when I needed somebody, right? So if you really want somebody that's gonna look out for you and that's gonna be there for you, he's your man. Like, you just gotta, jump right in and get going with him, because he'll be there for you, especially in those hard times when you're struggling. Words can't even describe how I'm feeling, because this man, it's literally one of the dopest persons I've ever met, right? And I don't know what else to say, because honestly, he's just been so good, and his coaching is so good. Like his accountability aspect of it, it's over the top. Like not many coaches, and I've gone through quite a few programs before, but like not many coaches are like this guy. Like he's literally one of the best that I've studied with. So if you're really looking to invest in yourself, you know, and take the next step into your life, your career, just give it a try, right? The only way that it's gonna get worse is if you don't do anything. But otherwise, what are you gonna lose?
So good, so good. See, Jonathan came to me and he was done with average. He wanted more. He wanted to feel better. He wanted to earn more money. And he's now a contractor. He's doing construction. He's on the Canadian side, and I'm just so proud of what he's done. Right. So if you're thinking, can you do this? You can do this. You can do this, right? But how do you do it? Systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability, and you follow directions. Now, Trudy, who's right here beside him, she became the #1 in sales. We need a new video from Trudy. She said she was going to do one, but here it is. Listen to this. This is before, and now she became the #1 consultant in Mary Kay in sales. How would your life change if you become the #1 in whatever it is that you're doing? Like, you're going to do better than me, I hope. Now, already of the students to do better than the teacher, and that's my hope for you. Okay.
Hi, my name is Trudy, and I'm currently a student working with Kamal. He has mentored me in the TIR program, and I just wanted to share 3 things that I have benefited from being in this program. So I've been in just a short time, and what the transformations I think that's really happened in my life personally from taking this information and actually implementing it into my life is, 1, it's the accountability. I think that is a true component for personal growth and development of information such as this, is really having accountability, having someone to actually work through the information with you so you can understand it day in, day out, and how it applies to your life, really, because you want to see results. And so for me personally, I have seen results in my life from really taking action, writing my goals clearly, understanding them, and then taking action toward the goals and having things show up in my life. So I am super excited to continue to work with Kamal with this program, and I'm so excited to see where I end up and the wonderful things that will happen in my life. So thank you, and hope this helps.
So good. So that's what happened. She became the #1 in sales, and you can be too. How do you do it? You surround yourself with positive people. You surround yourself with people that actually cares about you. You get into this community vibe, yeah, and you start moving. Remember, you're the average of the 4 or 5 people you're hanging around. So you have to always be inching upward if you want to grow. So choose wisely. Choose wisely. Now, I told you to write your goal. Are you affirming your goal, right? Do you see your goal? Do you have this image of your goal? Now, most of you are like, oh, yeah, I mean, I think about it. I wrote it, and I'm going to do it, but you're not going to do it because you haven't been doing it. How do I know that? Because I used to be like that. So I want you to affirm your goal daily. Now, this is part of the work that you have to do, the 30 days with me. All right, affirm your goal multiple times a day. Put it on audio, put it on printouts all over your house. Your family's going to go nuts when you tell them you're going to be a millionaire because they don't even know what they're talking about. But don't worry about them. Say, I have somebody that knows what they're talking about. And they believe in me because I do believe in you. Because if I can do this, you can do this. So I want you to start doing these things that you've never done before. See, you probably heard this before, that we become what we think about. I didn't come up with it. I heard this so many times, but it never really sunk in until I really took the time and said, well, we become what we think about. So I just want you to ask yourself, what have you been thinking about? If your results are not what you want, what have you been thinking about? And that's the power of working with a coach. That's the power of, you know, taking action and believing in it. That's what we're going to do. That's what we do. You do with me, right? Now, when I first saw this, I was like, wow, how is this possible from Bob to tell us all this stuff, right? How is it possible? Then he had on his website. Yeah, I mean, he's probably here. He's probably, he's passed away, right? Tell me what you want and I'll help you get it. Are you kidding me? Tell me what you want and I'll help you get it. Like, how could someone say that? With so much confidence. You're here for clarity and confidence. How could someone put on his website, tell me what you want and help you get it? And guess what? He did. And we can do that for you. We can actually help you clarify what it is that you really want, because most likely, like 95% of the people out there, people are confused. People are confused. We want to help get you what you want. That's the mission that we're on. And I want you to learn to bet on yourself. I was with Les Brown the other day. He said, Kamal, the reason you're winning, the reason you're helping others grow is because you bet on yourself. And you're going to persist until. I will persist until, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. Are you willing to persist until you succeed? Are you willing to do the work? Because I know you're able. I just don't know if you're willing. I don't know if you're willing. You say you want it. I don't know if you got what it takes. I believe you are able, but are you willing? Because you have to put your action where your mouth is, right? You have to make decisions. You have to start believing. You keep doing what you're doing, guess what? You're going to keep getting what you're getting. I'm studying another author, Wallace Wallace, from The Science of Getting Rich. And he said, you don't get rich by doing certain things. You get rich by doing things in a certain way. So you're probably thinking, Kamal wants me to work harder. No, I don't. I want you to start doing things in a different way, in a certain way. We don't get rich by doing things. We get rich by doing things in a certain way. And that certain way is thinking into results. That certain way is that next different. Because you've already been working hard. As a matter of fact, your parents probably were working hard. Your grandparents probably were. How do I know that? Because mine were. I know my dad was working hard, rest in peace. And so was my mom. Raised 8 of us. 2 passed away. She's still around. She's 82. She's still working hard right now because that's all she knows. She's programmed to work hard. I'm like, Mom, you don't have to work. No, I got to work hard. It's not by working hard. Perish the idea. If you're staying up late at night, perish the idea. It's not the way. You're on the wrong direction. So my favorite thing is when clients win, right? And clients' wins are dear to my heart because that's the psychic money that I get. And I want you to start winning, because if you're not winning, right? If you're not winning, you're losing as far as I'm concerned. And I want you to start winning. I want you to start winning. I'm going to show you a page here. Like, you're here today, and 6 to 12 months from now, you're going to be oscillating up and down, and this, feeling good, feeling bad, feeling good. I want you to be way better. I want you to be on the green. And if you go back to what you've been doing, guess what? You're going to get a whole lot worse because the economy is changing. I want you to create your economy. I want you to move in a different direction. So I hope I got your attention. I hope I got you to see that there is a different way. Because I didn't know that. See, it took me 5 degrees to figure out this information. 5 degrees. And what I do now, do the degrees help me? Of course they do. But that's not what's getting me the success. What's getting me the success is using this 150 years of science and psychology. That's what's getting me the success. What Andrew Carnegie figured out, what Napoleon Hill figured out, what Earl and Bob figured out. I'm studying Earl right now with my graduates in my mastermind. We study Earl's work. So those who come through thinking into results, once they're done once or twice, they can come into the mastermind of where we study Earl. Earl is the one who mentored Bob. And I see you studying this very, very soon. Because I see greatness within you. It's coming. Like it is coming. This is you. You're coming up next. Like when you studied what the elders did, you become that version of yourself. This is the toolbox. You want clarity, you want confidence, you want business, you want to achieve goals, guaranteed success. This is the way. This is the way. And I got to tell you, if I can do this, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. And everybody keep asking, how do you do it? systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability. Your results will move. Your results will move. Now, these people cannot all be wrong. Richie, and Lori, and Trudy, and Elaine, Carlos, and so many more. They're not wrong. They decided to change their life. They decided they want that clarity. They decided they want a better confidence. They decided to show up different in life. And guess what? They're getting it right now. I want to show you one more. And actually, I don't remember which one is this one, but I'm excited because it's one of those things where it's a client win and the team put this together. Let's see which one they added here. So here we go. Because think of your goal and how would you feel when your goal is achieved? Okay, let's see which one it is.
Growing even more.
Oh, this, let me record. Let me record that.
So people, Kamal, you have helped me change my life with Bob Proctor, Thinking into Results, Proctor Gallagher Institute. I have never been so into anything like I am. And I've done a lot of self-help and I've done a lot of coaching. I've done coaching. And I will tell you, I've had the best first quarter in real estate in the whole 16 years I've been in business. And that's not because the pricing increased, that's number of transactions as well. So I've had, I think I had, let me see, by the end of March, it'd be like 11 transactions. And that's the biggest in the, and I live in Massachusetts, don't forget. So typically January, February, those are not typically great months, you know, because, and I got to tell you, I used to make jokes about it. I posted it on Instagram, selling houses in the snow.
I know, I've seen you on the car. I've seen you driving, going around. It's so awesome.
I was just embracing the winter, and you know, this year changed my whole mindset about everything in my life, not just my business, but doing business in the winter time. I would just like sit on the couch every January like this, right? And then it's like, then you said to me a couple of times, you got to move your feet.
Let's go, move your feet.
I didn't put on as much weight this winter. That's a good thing. I only have 12 pounds instead of 20. So.
There you go. But
So
look at all the excitement, all the energy that you have. And that's the thing, right? It's really not just the money, it's who you're becoming, Lori. It's
right.
How many you're going to help in your community, sell their homes, your team is going to flourish more. They're going to get their bonuses. They're going to get their compensation. So this is not about being selfish. This is about all around abundance. Like everybody's going to be helped.
You know, I used to think I could just get this on YouTube, right? I'm like, oh, I don't really need to. I can just get all these videos on YouTube. He's on YouTube, but here's the deal. Sometimes when you're in that, like looking at people that are mentors like Bob Proctor or Tony Robbins or whoever it is, right? If you don't have a mentor or a coach to hold you accountable, it's easy to slip back. You know, so, and not only that, you're here all the time. Like this is extra. This is like, this is up that right here. This is $1,000 right here. Right? Think about it. And that's not what people are going to pay, but this is right here. They're getting this for free. Yeah. I mean, think about all the value that is brought to the table by you, Kamal. And I mean, I'm telling the people in the clubhouse room as well as the people on Zoom, it's like, it's worth the price of admission because I've more than 10x'd my money that I invested, more than 10x. So by the end of March, of course, because I have additional closings coming, but more than 10x. And how can you, I mean, you're going to, what other investment, you know, when I spend money on advertising, I invest money on advertising, I expect a 10x return. And when I don't get it, I get angry. You know, I have this one company and they're like, oh, you know, you got to do this in addition to that. I'm like, no. I did not 10x my income. So therefore I'm canceling it. This is something I'll never cancel. So I hope you have other things coming up.
We do. I was just telling Elliot what's got coming up in around April. So that's amazing, right? I'm so blessed and grateful to have clients and friends now because of this material. And I gotta tell you, like, if I can do this, you can do this. If all these individuals can do it, you can do it. And this is the how. This is how we do it. Like, you just gotta say, you know what? I'm in this game. I really want to win. And it's time for me to start winning. You got to start winning. So for those who are listening on Facebook, the stream is going to stop because I want to share something here just for those who are here on Zoom. So here we are. How do I do that? Stop live stream. So here we go. So I'm so excited about what Lori just shared, and it just keeps getting better for her, right? It just keeps getting better, like 10 times. I mean, wow. I'm like, and I'm just so proud of her because she's doing it. Like she's doing this, like it's like boom. And you know what? It's not that she's doing it. Her daughter is doing it. Her granddaughter is doing it. So without further ado, this is what it takes to work with me. If you want to do private, it depends on how many hours, but this is the group pricing. The group pricing comes down to a mere $7,497 payment. Really, really close. And for today, for those who are watching, for those who are listening, anybody who wants to get in, you got to get in the action because literally it's $12,000 to work with me and above. But you spend the time, you're here, you've got the workbook, we'll deduct that amount as well from the price. And that's what it is. It's very, very, but you got to secure your position today. You got to make the phone call. You got to put the deposit. You got to pay the whole thing, whatever it is you want to do it. So don't let the excuses stop you from achieving what it is that you want to achieve. That's what it takes to work with me. That's how it is. And this is on this offering right now. Of course, everything is probably coming up in your mind. Can I do this? How am I going to do this? You know what? When I did this, all kind of things start happening in my life. All kind of things. I never used to take all these vacations. I never used to go to all these fancy places. But from that video that you saw, you can probably tell that I'm a different person. I can tell that I'm a different person. And that's what we're going to do with you. We're going to change you to that next level. So what comes like what comes with the coaching? A lot comes with the coaching. You see, a lot comes with the lifetime access, right? Lifetime access. This is like unheard of. And then you can get the beginning 30 days, unlimited access to me. That means you can call me morning, night, daytime, weekends, doesn't matter. If you're crashing, you call me, right? And I'm also going to share with you the marketing material and the systems that I use to build my business. That's the marketing framework that we're using. That's we're going to have another business consult with me to kind of see where you're at, because whatever I have, I'm going to give you, right? If you want to learn how to sell, we're going to share with you some sales training that it's not existent anywhere. And you will also get a signed copy of my book. You get access to the videos of my book and the audios who have not been released yet. They're almost going to be released for purchase. So you will get that. But I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. What happens if nothing changes in your life? What happens if you don't invest in yourself and you stay the same? Like, are you willing to settle? Are you willing to settle for where you're at right now? Or do you want to start on this journey and start taking some action and save yourself a penny or two and really 10 times your investment, 1,000 times your investment, 6 months mentorship, 30 days guaranteed, 12 lesson immediate access once the payment is made, but you must start. And ask yourself these questions. You might want to write these questions down on your piece of paper there. What happens if nothing changes? How are you going to feel? What happens if nobody's supporting you? Are you willing to settle for it? Because if you are, that's why your life is like that. See, I started asking myself these questions, and then Bob Proctor showed up, and then Laura Langmeyer, and a few others, right? There are consequences for not taking the jump. And when you jump, the parachute will open. Now, if you don't jump, guess what? Nothing opens. And that's not a good feeling. And there's also a lot of benefits. Like, I mean, I can't spend all the time talking about the benefits. We make it workable, right? So just say yes to yourself, make that decision that's going to change the course for you forever. Because if you don't decide on greatness, you're deciding in mediocrity. If you don't decide to change your life and come to a group that knows what they're doing, that's connected to multi-level millionaires, that's masterminding at that next level, guess what? You're accepting where you are. I can predict your future because I know exactly where you're hanging around. I know exactly who you're talking to. Let's not have the same situation a year from now. Let's not wait 24 months from now. Let's just change it. Let's make it happen. Now, this amazing woman on the screen changed the game for herself, and she's now in the $10 million game. And it's incredible. In the short amount of time we work together, we're going to start again with the graduate program with her, but she changed her life for the better. She was in a position just like yourself in a seat like this. And she said, you know what? I really like what you're doing, Kamal. You're honest, this, that. And every time I hear this video, I almost cry because it's just so beautiful, so kind of her. And there's only one more slide after this, and then we're done. So think of your goal. Think if you want the same results 6 months from now, 12 months from now, or next year, and decide. Make that decision if you're ready to like really get some elite level mentorship. Ready if you want to get some accountability, somebody that really cares about you. Hear what Diane has to say.
Hi everyone, this is Diane Wagner. I'm an insurance broker in California. I recently finished the Thinking into Results with Kamal, and although I have a very successful business here, I have trouble finding balance in my life. So the course helped me to visualize what I wanted in my life, goal setting, using my intuition to a higher extent, and really visualizing the results that I wanted in my life. Kamal is a pleasure to work with. He's committed to helping you reach your goals. He is a man of integrity, vision, and is extremely knowledgeable. I would highly recommend that you work with Kamal and have him help you find the results that you're looking for, or if you're just getting started, it's an eye-opening book of Bob Proctor's results that have proven the test of time. And I highly recommend you reach out to Kamal and set up a one-on-one. He's a beautiful man, and I want everyone to know he's there and to reach out and work with him. Thank you so much, Kamal. You have made my life so much better than before, and love you with all my heart. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. Reach out to Kamal and your life will change in a beautiful way. Thank you so much.
So awesome. Almost puts tears to my eyes because how what she's doing right now. And so if you're watching this and if you want the link, it's in the chat. Please, team, go ahead, put it in the chat or scan this code somewhere on this page. You should be able to sign up fairly quickly. And just let's do it. Let's get you this 6 months mentorship. Let's get you accountability. Let's get you the lessons that change thousands of people's lives and built their companies. You owe it to yourself to really get the game on. Like there's no more waiting, right? There is no more waiting. And this is another option the team came up with, but it's only for those who really need it. It's an extra $500, I guess. So it's better to pay it in full. Otherwise, it's game on. It's really up to you. I've given you 2 hours that I did the best I could, and it's 100% guaranteed. That's the best part. In 30 days will change your life. You will feel the difference. And I want you to tell yourself this. What happens if nothing changes? What are the consequences if you don't do anything with this information? What are the ramifications if your situation stays the same next week, 1 month from now, 6 months from now? Are you willing to sell for what you have? Because I don't know about you, I'm not, and I want to help you. And if I can do it, you can do it. And with that, thank you very much. Thank you so much for listening. And the link is somewhere around this video. Talk to you soon. Do you want to say anything before we end the video?
No.
Oh, the one left. Shit. Oh, she has a call. Okay, cool.